Howdy do YouTubers out there. I am back. Wow. Okay, this video has a few parts to it. I actually, turns out I had to change to my stock pot here. And this is what I thought about doing in the first place anyway. Always go with plan A. Well, I didn't go with plan A. I fell back on plan B and I started out with my red pot. But because this is actually 3 pounds of meat, 2 pounds of ground turkey and a pound of ground beef. Certainly the pot that I was using became extremely crowded, and you do not want to cook in an extremely crowded pot. Your ingredients are not going to cook well. They're not going to balance well. Your seasonings won't balance well. And so, of course, I had to get my stock pot here. Yeah, nice and deep. Look at that. Had to get that going. So transfer that in, and I actually ended up adding the other can, which now is 7 cans of the chili beans. And to it, I added a 29-ounce can of tomato sauce, and I think it was a 9-ounce can or 8-ounce can. In addition, okay, mom's portion is set aside, and this is what we have here. Also, too, in the midst of all that goings on, I did not add my seasonings. Yes, and that's a must. I'm out of nature season, so I have some of this. This is my backup. Just gonna sprinkle that in. I usually season my saute, so I'm sharing my mistakes here. Usually I season my saute, but it's, as long as you get it in there, I'll say if you forget to season your saute, you can always go back in the end. I'm going to mix that in there. I'm going to add some more onion powder here. Let's let that trickle on in there and fold it in. And you gotta have, most definitely, the main ingredient, chili powder. You can also use chili seasoning, especially when you are adding your meat. I have chili powder here. I don't measure, I just eyeball. This is a brand new container. Some in there, fold it in. Okay, this is on a low heat because what I do not want to do is cook this on a high heat once all the ingredients are together. Definitely don't want to do that because it will begin to stick if you're not constantly stirring the chili. It'll stick, and you don't want scorching. No, that will just ruin the whole dish. You don't want that to happen there at the bottom of the pot. This was so very important with fixing dishes of this nature, like chili. You want to continue to stir. I'm going to sample a small amount just to make sure I'm getting the seasons right. That's pretty good. Now to this, I'm going to add, my daughter, she makes really delicious chili, and I was finally able to get, well, I won't say finally, she was pretty open about telling me how she get her chili so good, and I had to get some myself. Okay, so to this, what it is, Heinz chili sauce. Gives it the most excellent flavor ever. You want a nice tang in your chili? Try this. So, because I got some of this, is pretty thick. Looks like ketchup, don't it? I'm gonna add the whole bottle. Yes, darling. Yes. How y'all doing? And just stir that right on in. Don't that look good? Yum, 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 yum. And you can also, if you don't use the Heinz chili sauce, you can put a little sugar in your chili. I put sugar in my chili. I put sugar in my spaghetti, not to make it sugary sweet, but to give it that balance. I like a nice balance to get rid of the bitterness and to balance that flavor out, to even out all those spices and seasonings. That sugar adds a beautiful balance and a tang. And that's what I like, a nice tangy flavor in my spaghetti, my barbecue sauce, my chili, you name it. Oh, yeah. Some people will try to make you feel like it's a whole sin to add sugar to your chili or your spaghetti. No, it's not. It's up to you. It is optional. It's not mandatory. It's optional. And yes, I'm admitting this on the whole YouTube. I put sugar in my chili and my spaghetti, but I'm going to let this Heinz chili sauce substitute for the sugar instead. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How y'all doing? Okay, so you can probably hear, ha ha ha, it is beginning to come to a boil. Well, there's one there, and that's what you want. I make sure it comes to a full boil, and then I turn it down and I let it simmer on low. Yes, and then by that time you can go ahead and serve it. Absolutely. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some out and let that rest right there and put it in the bowl just so you can see as it continues. You see that? I'm going to heat this over into a bowl. There's my chili. Just for presentation purposes, I will put this portion back in the pot so that it can boil in. But just for presentation, I wanted you to see this is the end result. Almost end result. I'm going to let it boil some more when I put it in the pot. I thank you all so very much for your patience. This is a few videos where I try to get it all into one. That's a blooper. I'm going to bare my soul with this. But yes, this is homemade chili. Try it. Most of you already make chili. Try the Heinz chili sauce if you're interested. If you want to give your chili a little more tang and a little more oomph flavor, try the Heinz chili sauce. It's the bomb. Yes. My daughter hit me on to that. And so for me, that substitutes out from using the sugar. It's a wonderful balance. It gives it a nice balanced flavor and a tang. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, which will let you know when the next video has uploaded. Thank you all so very much for being on this journey with me in 3 parts. What, 4 parts, 3 parts? Thank you all so much for watching. How y'all doing?